Welcome to Scare Garage. We're going to put a subwoofer in this sucker. I'll show you a couple other things I did too. Stand by. Just as I was piddling around, decided that this thing here, that's my switch for my four-ways. I'd had enough of it looking all faded out and sun bleached, so I painted it. So what I did was I took this off here. I've showed you this before, but I'm going to show it to you once again. When you got to take the key barrel out, which means you have to put the key in, turn it to run, but not on. And then you're going to stick something up through. Then you're going to stick something up through the hole, which is going to then push this button right here in. I think that's the button, yeah. Now, when you turn the key back, that button's gonna pop out and lock this in place. So that's out. You gotta take that out before you can even get this mess off. All right, let's see. Put that down. I'm gonna try to put this on without scratching that new paint. This thing can be a little tricky to get on here. Here it is. Let's see. Now, the paint's dried overnight, so it shouldn't be terrible, but I still don't want to scratch it. There we go, just like that. Oh, man. That looks good. All right, so that piece is going to go on there, and another piece goes on the bottom. And it actually snaps in here and here, I think, yep. And then you have 3 screws up through the bottom. I just hit it with a little prep spray and wipe it off. Not prep spray. The stoner stuff, you know the stuff I like. That trim shine, that's it. A little trim shine. Definitely want to get the bottom, because the bottom's going to be dusty because it's the bottom and all the dust settled on it. All right, there, just like that. Now let's put this thing together. If you see here, your screw goes here, screw goes here, screw goes here. That's the hole that you stick something through to push that button. Now I go on. Up through there. Up through there. Come on, you, get in there. All right, clipped in there just like that. And then we're gonna grab a screwdriver, grab screws. And this is the tricky part, is getting these screws in the right place. And be careful with this one, because I remember this one's, I think, a little stripped. So I believe that's going to do it. I'm not going to tighten that up anymore. Don't turn your key when you got this out. Make sure it just stays just like it is. Now I'm going to put this right back in. Make sure that my other piece is in here. It is. I got a piece in there that's a little broke. It's just like a ground. Like that there. And it won't come out. Yep. There we go. And that just looks so much better. And your 4-ways, and they're off. Now look at that. That looks gorgeous. Probably better than it did when it was new. The other thing I did was, you know, I've had this dumb clock in here, but see, I cut a hole and I actually countersunk the thing, so now it looks like it belongs there. I'm liking it. Before we fool with subwoofers and all that crap, I gotta fix the speakers. The guy who I bought it from said that he had a friend help him wire the stereo, and his friend said that he had to repin the stereo. Well, evidently they repin the stereo. When you turn right to left, it goes front to back. When you go front to back, it goes right to left. People don't know this, but fade and balance are different. So I got to get this thing out of here. Let's see, it's got one of them. It's got a push button come out somehow. Oh, now I know you come out there. That's just that. How does that sucker come out there? Finding the buttons on this thing, I always have a feel. There it is, right there. And then we'll pop that out like that. So now let's see, it's got a bezel on it. I'm gonna pull that bezel off right quick. Right quick. There we go. That triggers, I gotta get that sucker out of there. That might be tricky. I don't think it's really in really well, but can't get up under there. Can't get up under anything. All right, let's see what we can do. This is the pick. I know it's not really clipped in. I don't think it's clipped in. Ah! I'll break the dang thing. I had it out before and the whole cage came out. Here's a special service tool for these that go down inside here that unlocks them. These aren't them, but let's see if they work. These are not them. Now, the question is, can I get it out of there? I don't think so. I think I'm gonna have to pull the whole dang thing, the whole cage. Yeah, do. All right, let's see if we can get the whole cage out of there. Let's see. Try not to let all the junk fall out of the glove box. Ah! There we go. Got it partially. Then it stopped. Everything's gonna fall out of the glove box. Whatever. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Nope. That was not what I wanted to do. All right. Now bring your ass out of there. That'll be quite enough. Thank you. There. Put this back. There. Face gonna go on here like this. I may have to glue that back. Hopefully it'll be all right. Yeah, I'll find out. So what I have to figure out now is what wire goes to what speaker. I had to go track down some little USB action so I could get some YouTube music so that YouTube wouldn't say, oh, you can't post it because it's somebody's stuff. So I got YouTube music. All right, so what we're gonna do here, take a look at these wires. All right, this set here, I don't have to fool with. This is my power. We'll be getting to that, but right now, it's these guys here. And they're all soldered. Yeah, they are. They're all soldered. So I gotta figure out what the heck is here. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be a mess. Well, I'll start here. Yep. I need better cutters. These cutters ain't worth a damn. All right, this is a trick to figure out which speakers are which. 9-volt battery. You just hold one side and just get the other, and you hear it go. Hopefully, you'll hear it. So if I grab, I'm just going to put this purple one on here. That's a rear speaker. Put the gray one on here. Ah, there it is. All right. So the gray one here is my front right, which is where I have this set right now. So let's see what we get. Gray. These are white. These are green. These are purple. There they are. Trying to hide on me. There's my grays, and they're not stripped. All right. Here are my grays. So, take my grays. Theoretically, we're hooking it up like they say. I've got it wired right in the door, but that doesn't mean anything. Gray and black should go here, and this should go there. Okay, so gray and black are correct. So now, take the fader, and I'm running it all the way to the rear. Now, what's my rear speaker? Let's see. We know the gray is fine, just like it is. Come on now. Nope. I think it's the green. Nope. Purple. All right, now I hear that rear speaker. So the purple goes to the back. Let's see if it matches what we have on the stereo. I think black wire's in my way. Now, this is purple, and that's purple. This was purple and black. Come on now. That was purple and black. And that's correct. Okay, so we're good with that one. I'm not sure how he had this thing screwed up because everything looks right. Of course, I cut it all apart and it may not be right. May not have been right, but let's find out. All right, menu, audio, fader, we'll leave it on the rear. Take the balance, I'll bring the whole thing over to the left. All right, we're looking for left rear speaker. That's the front. Green. Come on now. All right, so the green is the rear. Will it match up to what's up here? Let's find out. Bring my wires up. Come on, bring my wires up. Come on. And that's a green with no color. This is a green. Come on now. That's green and black. Oh, come on. Being difficult. Hold that. Oh, green and black. Okay. Well, if that's right, I gotta assume the other one's right, but I'm not going to assume anything. Bring the fader all the way to the front. And the white. That's a white with nothing. That's a white with black. That's a white with nothing. And grab this one here. Okay. All right, just turned it off because I got it right. The colors match amazingly. I'm totally shocked, but they do match. Now it's a matter of wiring them up and get them, wiring them and soldering them. I got a piece of cardboard down here so that we don't mess up the carpet. So you don't look too awful bad on that tip, but oh, that looks better, yeah. Oh, it was pretty well done. Yeah, make sure that's tight. Yep, it loosens up a lot. All right, let's see what we got. First thing we gotta do is we're gonna need some shrinky dinks here. All right. Let's see. The green one will match the green ones. The heck, I don't need one that long. So we'll just cut it in half. There. What else I got here? I don't have white. I'll put black on the white just because, I don't know. If I don't have white, I go with the opposite. I also don't have purple, so we'll go with red on the purple. I don't have gray. Maybe we'll put the yellow on the white and we'll put the gray on the black. That maybe makes more sense. It doesn't really matter. Pretty colors, whatever. All right, those are ready to go. Let's fall apart. Imagine that. Came from Harbor Freight. Nothing ever falls apart comes from Harbor Freight. We all know that. All right, now I got, let's see. Everything's turned off. So let's see here. Gray. Let's see. I want to get actually all these. Being a little difficult. That's not really what I want to do. Maybe this will work better. There we go. Sort of. Turn it over that way so I can get rid of all these power cables that I don't need or just in the way. All right, first ones I'm coming to then are going to be the purples. So let's do these purples. There's a purple. First ones to come in here are the whites, so maybe we'll just do the whites. Get rid of this. Dang it. That black wire is being a pain in the ass. All right. So, decided we'd put the yellow in there. And a whole lot of soldering and shrinky dinking and heat shrinking, whatever. And finally, we got it all wired up. Theoretically, we're hooked up. Now, the speakers on the back are way quieter than the speakers on the front. That's a shame, but it is what it is. I'm not sure why. I think it's just El Cheapo stereo. All right, key on. Read the USB. All right, audio, fader. Bring the fader up a little ways. You know, I don't put it in the middle because the front speakers are so loud. I'll give it 5 to the back. All right. Balance. Run that over to the right. Maybe a little more. Go back. It don't sound too bad. Actually, it sounds better. It sounds a lot better than it did because fade is completely different than balance. You'd think it's the same, but it's not. So now I got it fading to the back and forth the way it's supposed to be, and the right to left the way it's supposed to be. We're good to go. Now it's time for some fun. So there's definitely not enough bottom in the stereo for me. That thing there rocks my Mustang because I got a big old subwoofer that I put in there. I got a 12-inch Pioneer for this. It wouldn't fit behind the seat, well, on the back at all. So I bought this Rockville. There's actually a town I lived in Maryland called Rockville. I don't think it has anything to do with these people, but it's an 8-inch subwoofer. And for the truck, I think it's plenty. And it's got a built-in amplifier. We are going to plug this sucker up. We're going to wire it up. We're going to wire everything in and see just what we get. I think what we're going to have to do, it's got a really cool emblem on the back and stuff, but I think we're going to have to make all that black because the blue just doesn't work with this truck. The subwoofer amp takes a positive cable directly from your battery straight back to your subwoofer, and then turns on with another wire, which I'll show you later. So first thing we got to do is pop on a lug here. Get the right one. Put it there. The other 6. Put it there. All right, now take it down again. Put this in the middle. Come on, you get in the middle. Yeah, can't imagine that coming off. Nope, cannot imagine that coming off. Not at all. I'll make damn sure it don't come off. Yep. I wasn't going to solder this, but changed my mind. You just hold that. Thank you. All right, now let this get hot enough. Now, guess what? Ain't coming loose. Unless there's a short. Mind you, a 12 volt DC short will melt that solder. Oh yeah. It's all starting to get a little aggravating. The rain won't. It'd be beautiful all week long. No, I have to be inside working. The weekend, it just has to rain. Like I said before, we was going to get to these power wires. Now, I'm not going to fool with any of the power wires as far as wiring 12 volts to the stereo and stuff. That's all done. It's actually right. Those colors were all mismatched on the speakers, but we got that all squared away now. So now what we got to do is we're going to take this blue wire here. Now, there's a blue wire that comes off the back of most of these stereos, and it's a turn-on wire for your amp. The amp will also have a blue wire where you can attach it to it. And what we're going to do here now, we're going to put a blue wire on it so it goes blue all the way. That way your colors are correct the way you want it. And we're going to solder this blue wire on here so that when I turn on the stereo, it turns on the amp. If you remember, we're hooked directly to the 12 volt on the battery. So if the amp's running the whole time, you park your car and you go to start it the next day, it's not going to start. But since you have to have 12 volts on this blue wire, 12 or 5 volts, I'm not sure which one this is, but it works without making a whole bunch of noise. If you don't have power on this blue wire, then the amp's not on and it's not drawing from your battery. And so when you turn your car off at night and you get out there in the morning, it'll still start. So I kind of got mad and yanked on these blue wires and messed up the ends, these blue RCAs. But I got another set that I can plug in as red ones. They're a little shorter. I'm gonna have to run them under the carpet straight back, but I can do that. What you have for your connections for a subwoofer is your feed will come generally through a pair of RCA connectors that are on the back of the stereo, just like this has. And they'll go into a pair of RCA connectors that are on the subwoofer, or actually on the amp for the subwoofer itself, whether it be a separate amp or whether the amp be the same. So that's one of the connections. That's how you get your sound. Your power, you already saw that comes directly from the battery because the amps pull a lot of juice, so you need it to come directly from the battery. The turn on for the amp, that comes from that blue wire that comes off the back of the stereo. And you have to have that on because without turning that on, it won't turn on the amp. And lastly, you're going to need a ground. You want the ground to be about the same size as your power wire coming. Now, on this one here, it's a small amp, so I'm running a 4 gauge. Make sure you get the right gauge wire for your amp. Also, make sure you put a fuse in. I got a fuse, I just haven't put it in yet. You didn't see me put it in. I'm going to put a fuse on that power wire because you don't want the daggone thing having a short and burning your truck down. So I still got to clean this mess up here, but there it sets. Where is it? I can't see it. There it is, down here. There's the subwoofer. It's all put in. It's all wired up. And, yeah, it actually kicks. It may only be an 8-inch subwoofer, but it's in the cab of a single cab truck. So, hey, all right. Okay. I had a different ending recorded for this. Yes, I got really aggravated over this whole mess, but I finally got it done. I just put on some Kiss and cranked it up. And oh my God, the stereo sounds so much better. Now I'm happy.
See ya.